Welcome to part 2 of Senior Moment with Nurse Linda, the silent killer, pancreatic cancer. Nurse Linda.
Yes. Welcome back for the second segment of this. We're going to talk about pancreatic cancer. One fact I found interesting that I did not realize with pancreatic cancer is there is a link between depression and pancreatic cancer. They do not understand why.
Why?
They don't know.
These are doctors, they have research, they got money coming in from grants, they still don't know why?
They don't know why. So is it a hormonal thing? Is it not? Pancreatic cancer has to do with your hormones. With your hormones. We're going to talk about it. I'm going
There's
to
a joke when I
explain.
was a kid, you know, having a hormone, you tickle his feet. Terrible thing, yeah. Of course, that was 6th grade. But hormone treatment help?
It's not a hormone treatment. We're gonna let me catch up to where we're going with that segment of it.
Okay.
What is the pancreas? Pancreas is an organ. It's long, and it's located behind the stomach, and it makes insulin and enzymes that help to break down the sugars and the proteins in our body. It aids in digestion, and that's what the pancreas does. Insulin is a hormone.
Okay.
And that's where I'm going with the hormone connection.
Okay, because I didn't know it was a hormone.
Yes. Okay. But that's what the function of the pancreas is. Now, the pancreas, like anything else in our body, can become cancerous. The cells don't grow correctly. It interferes with the functioning of the pancreas. They don't know why. For most causes of pancreatic cancer, they don't know why, but there are risk factors involved. Number one, we just spoke about with the ovarian cancer, there are genetic syndromes where if pancreatic cancer runs in the family, you have a tendency to be more likely to get pancreatic cancer than the average population. Other possibilities for risk factors include smoking, obesity, a sedentary lifestyle, diabetes, a history of pancreatitis, which is just an inflammation of the pancreas, or a diet high in fats, can also put you at risk.
That means our Inuit Eskimos who eat whale fat, blubber, and stuff have pancreatitis?
That type of fat is very healthy for you.
Oh.
There's a difference between we're talking about saturated fats.
What about the fat on my ribeye steak?
That's a problem.
Okay.
You need a little bit for flavor, but that's okay. Some of the symptoms are very vague, and this is the problem with these silent killers. This is why they're called silent killers. They're delayed or absent until late in the disease process. Nausea, loss of appetite, jaundice.
Jaundice where you turn yellow?
You have yellow. In fact, everyone remembers Patrick Swayze, wonderful actor. I was a huge fan. He actually diagnosed himself, went to the doctor. When he asked his wife, do my eyes look yellow to you? That's when he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
I remember his famous line, you don't put baby in the corner.
Everybody remembers that one. Itching.
Itching?
Itching. Because of the chemicals that are being released from your liver causing the jaundice can actually come out onto your skin and can cause itching in the skin. Not a rash or anything, but itching.
Itching.
Yes. And many times the symptoms that people are experiencing with this disease actually come from symptoms from sites of metastasis, sites where the cancer spread to. So if the cancer spread to your liver, that's where the jaundice is coming from. If it spread to your colon, you might have abdominal pain. This is when pancreatic cancer many times is diagnosed, when it spreads.
Okay, I remember my brother had, when he was a kid, had jaundice. For some reason, I have no idea what.
Jaundice can be a symptom of many different things. That's why it's always important to get it looked at and find out what is the cause of it. Screenings, there is none. Once again, there is nothing you can do on a regular basis to watch for this. If you have a family history, the doctor will watch you a little more closely, potentially with ultrasounds, CAT scans, things of that nature. The important part is getting a physical, getting blood work done. If you do have any symptoms, one blood test is called a CA-19-9, where they can follow that and track your progress. The treatment for this would be surgery, which is something called a Whipple procedure. Yeah, I knew you'd give me that look.
Whipple?
Whipple.
Whip,
A Whipple
that's
procedure.
English procedure, right?
It's they remove a portion of the stomach, the duodenum, the pancreas, the bile ducts, the lymph nodes, and the gallbladder, all which can be affected by the pancreatic cancer. And they remove all of that. It's a very extensive surgery, and you need to go to somebody who knows the right way to do this.
Okay, how you gonna live with all that stuff missing?
It's only parts of it missing. That's the important piece. It's anything that the pancreas could have potentially come in contact with, passed cells through, which is why the ducts are important, and removing them and getting everything seriously reconnected the right way so that you don't have ongoing digestive problems, end up with liver problems and things of that nature. So very, very important. But get the symptoms looked at, have them evaluated. Better to know. And I actually had a woman, another story real quick, that went in to have other surgery done. And when they went in, the doctor said, "Ooh, what's that?" She was found to have a very, very early pancreatic cancer. She had the appropriate surgery, the appropriate follow-up.
What was he looking at to say, what's that?
He went in to do some sort of stomach surgery.
Oh, he's in there.
He was in there. He was in there doing something else.
Ah.
And found this, and it's those accidental findings. And she can then look back on it and say, yes, I was having indigestion, I was having bloating, I was having, all of these feelings. But yeah, get it checked by the doctor. Absolutely. Don't let those symptoms, those vague symptoms, go away.
How prevalent is this in society?
We're talking about 40,000 new cases diagnosed per year. Not a lot. Which is why the research is not there, the numbers are not there in clinical research because of the lack of enough people diagnosed at an early enough stage to really follow it through.
Well, pancreatic cancer affects if you have, gives you diabetes or
Well,
it's not putting out insulin.
It stops putting out insulin. And that's where, and sometimes only some of your pancreas is removed, not necessarily the whole thing. So you can still be producing some insulin. So it all depends on the staging and the extent of the disease when you're diagnosed.
I understand if you take part of your liver, it will grow back.
Sometimes it will, yes.
Sometimes. That's
Yes.
good to know.
Yes.
We've been talking about pancreatic cancer, one of the silent killers. And if you have any questions on that, call 803-941-7231. That number again, 803-941-7231. Brought to you by Brook Healthcare, meeting your everyday needs every day. What's our next segment, Nurse Linda?
Our next segment is going to be another silent killer, colon cancer.
Ooh.
But there's more good news with colon cancer.
Okay, I can't wait. And we'll be back right after this.